The hospital room was quiet, except for the rhythmic beeping of the heart monitor. The curtains were drawn, but a sliver of golden afternoon sunlight slipped through, casting a soft glow over the frail boy lying in the bed. 12-year-old Ethan Clark had spent more days in this sterile room than he could remember. His world had shrunk to white walls, IV drips, and hushed voices of doctors and nurses discussing treatment plans that sounded like a foreign language. Ethan had leukemia, and despite months of chemotherapy, the battle was getting harder. Yet he rarely complained. He knew his mother Sarah was fighting a battle of her own, one of fear, of worry, of trying to stay strong for her only son. But if there was one thing that never wavered, it was Ethan's love for movies. More than anything, he adored action films, and at the top of his list was Keanu Reeves. He had watched The Matrix countless times, his eyes lighting up every time Neo dodged bullets in slow motion. He had marveled at the breathtaking stunts in John Wick, whispering, "So cool," under his breath, even when his energy was low. Keanu was his hero, not just on screen, but in real life. There were stories of how kind he was, how he helped strangers, how he remained humble despite his fame. Ethan dreamed of meeting him, though he knew it was just that, a dream. But dreams sometimes have a way of finding their way into reality. One evening, as Ethan lay in bed, his mother sat beside him, holding his hand. "If you could have one wish, just one, what would it be?" she asked softly. Ethan hesitated, then smiled. "I'd want to meet Keanu Reeves," he admitted, "but I know that's impossible." Sarah's heart clenched. She had spent sleepless nights watching over him, searching for ways to bring even a little joy into his life. And so, with nothing but hope, she reached out online. She posted a heartfelt message on social media, explaining Ethan's condition and his one wish. She tagged anyone and everyone who might help, never expecting a response. But fate had other plans. 2 days later, Sarah's phone buzzed with a notification. It was a message from an unknown number. She almost dismissed it as spam, until she read the words, "Hey, this is Keanu. I heard about Ethan. I'd love to meet him. Let's make it happen." Her breath caught. Her hand shook. Could this really be the Keanu Reeves? Before she could even process it, another message came through. "Let's set up a video call first. I want to say hi." Tears welled in her eyes as she rushed to Ethan's room. "Ethan, sweetheart," she whispered, barely able to contain her excitement. "You won't believe this." When the screen lit up and Keanu Reeves's familiar face appeared, Ethan's eyes widened in disbelief. "No way," he breathed. "No way." Keanu grinned. "Hey, buddy, I heard you're a big fan." Ethan could barely find his voice. You're real?" Keanu laughed, his voice warm and gentle. "I am, and I hear you're one brave kid. I just wanted to say hi and see how you're doing." For the next 20 minutes, they talked about everything: movies, motorcycles, martial arts, and even Ethan's dream of becoming a stuntman someday. Keanu promised to send him some behind-the-scenes clips from his films. But before they ended the call, he said something that took everyone by surprise. "Ethan, if you're feeling up for it, I'd love to come visit you. What do you think?" Ethan's mouth fell open. "You'd really do that?" Keanu's smile was unwavering. "Absolutely." 2 days later, the hospital was abuzz with whispers. Nurses exchanged excited glances, and even the doctors seemed to be in on the secret. And then, just as Ethan was finishing his breakfast, there was a soft knock on the door. And there he was. Keanu Reeves, standing in Ethan's hospital room, dressed casually in a leather jacket and jeans, carrying a bag filled with surprises. Ethan's jaw dropped. "No way," he whispered. Keanu grinned. "Way." The visit wasn't just a brief hello. Keanu stayed for hours. He played video games with Ethan, reenacted fight scenes from John Wick, using hospital pillows as weapons, and even signed a poster with a personal note. To my friend Ethan, stay strong, stay brave, and always believe in the impossible. But the best part? Keanu had arranged a private screening of The Matrix in the hospital's small theater. He sat beside Ethan, quoting lines and laughing along with him. For a few hours, the pain and sickness disappeared, replaced by pure joy. As the visit came to an end, Keanu knelt beside Ethan's bed and held his hand. "You're a warrior, Ethan. Never forget that." Ethan smiled, his eyes glistening. "You're my hero, Keanu." Keanu shook his head. "No, buddy. You're my hero." When Keanu left, he made a quiet donation to the hospital, ensuring other kids like Ethan would have access to better treatment and care. He never announced it, never sought publicity, because that's just who he was. Ethan's condition remained a battle, but the memory of that day gave him strength. It wasn't just about meeting a celebrity. It was about believing in kindness, in hope, and in the magic of human connection. Months later, as Ethan's journey came to an end, Sarah held on to the moments of joy he had experienced. She knew that, no matter what, her son had lived his dream. And in the hearts of all who heard his story, Ethan's spirit remained, a reminder that sometimes heroes don't just exist on screen. Sometimes they walk among us, quietly making the world a better place.